Hello, everyone. Welcome to Barca News. It is May 21st, 2024, and Xavi Hernandez will meet with Joan Laporta, Deco, and other members of the board of directors in order to decide the future of the Barcelona coach. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo and I'm bringing you this late live stream because I do have some bombshell net news for you, which is that Xavi Hernandez will be meeting with Joan Laporta, Deco, and other members of the board in order to decide the Barcelona coach's future. Now, there's a lot of news that came out of today in Camp Barca. I'm uploading the videos a little bit late because I had a very long day at work, but there's going to be 2 more videos after this live stream, so stay tuned to the channel because we're already talking about Barcelona's new signings, given that the summer transfer market is right around the corner. Now, having said all of that, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. All of this helps the channel continue to grow. Now, let's begin with the bombshell news because it's reported that Xavi Hernandez will be meeting with Joan Laporta, Deco, and other members of the board of directors in order to decide the fate of the Barcelona manager. Now, this meeting will take place next week, either Monday or Tuesday. It hasn't been decided exactly what day, but it's going to be next week after the Women's Champions League final and after the final match of La Liga for the men's first team, which will be against Sevilla. That way, there's no distractions, there's no interference with any team, the women's team or the men's team. So the meeting will happen after both seasons are over for the women and men. Of course, the men will finish second, so the Sevilla match is not really going to affect much. But in case of the women, hopefully they do win the Champions League and they can finalize this successful season with a treble. Now, the meeting is not going to be with just Joan Laporta. This is going to be a work meeting, a professional meeting where Xavi Hernandez is going to be meeting with Deco, Laporta, of course, Rafa Yuste, who's the vice president, and the sporting commission, which is made up of Masip, Soler, Bojan, and of course, Echeverria. Now, Xavi Hernandez, since the whole news broke out that Joan Laporta wanted to sack him, he has been asking for a meeting face-to-face with Joan Laporta in order to see what's going on, also in order to explain his statements that he made after Almeria, or before the Almeria match, which is reportedly what made Laporta make a final decision of sacking Xavi. Xavi's not going to get that face-to-face meeting with Laporta alone. Again, this is going to be more of a professional meeting at the offices of Barcelona, where Laporta, Deco, Yuste, Masip, Bojan, Soler, and Echeverria are all going to be present. Now, and this is where it gets a little bit crazy. Well, not crazy. This is what it shouldn't happen from the beginning, but this is, I guess, the bombshell news is that Deco will be presenting a presentation, a report during this meeting, a technical report that Deco will put together, reviewing the entire season of the team, highlighting the good things that Xavi has done. For example, betting on the youngsters, betting on La Masia, developing those youngsters, and also highlighting the bad things that Xavi and the team have done, which, of course, that's been a horrendous season. We are ending trophyless. We have been humiliated in every competition. We've been humiliated by several teams, Real Madrid, Athletic Club de Bilbao, Girona, PSG, Villarreal. So Deco will be presenting this technical report highlighting the good and the bad. And after this report is presented to everybody there, a decision will be made on whether Xavi will continue or whether he's going to be sacked. Now, this is going to be a group decision. This is not just going to be Joan Laporta saying, okay, you stay or you're fired. This is going to be a decision by everybody who's there. Everybody's going to vote on this. and a decision will be made, and it's going to be made based on that technical report that Deco will be presenting to the entire board. Now, sources at the club are saying that money will not be a factor. They're not going to take into a factor the fact that the economy is bad and that firing Xavi would cost the club some money. This decision will be solely based on that technical report that Deco will be presenting to the entire board that will be present at that meeting. Now, of course, if it's decided that Xavi will be sacked, then negotiations will proceed to see how Xavi wants to proceed, whether he wants his final year paid, whether he wants his staff to be paid for that final year, because he does have a contract until 2025. Of course, as I reported to you before, Adrian Sanchez, a reporter out in Barcelona, is saying that Xavi would forgive his final year of contract. However, he would ask for his staff to be paid, because obviously Xavi is in a much, much better financial situation than his staff. You know, he was a player for 2 decades. He was a coach in Qatar where he earned a lot of money. He was earning a lot of money at Barcelona. He's a multi-millionaire. As opposed to his staff, they're not really millionaires or anything like that. A lot of them came from amateur teams. In fact, I read a story somewhere where his brother, Oscar Hernandez, was coaching his amateur team, and his wife would ask him, hey, can I wash the clothes? And he'd be like, hold on, let's wait. I haven't been paid yet. I don't have money. So that just highlights the financial situation of the staff, and that's why it's reported that Xavi would want his staff to get paid, but he would be willing to forgive his final year. So this is the bombshell news. There will be a meeting next week, Monday or Tuesday, where Xavi will meet with Laporta, Deco, and other members of the board of directors. Deco will present a technical report on the entire season, and then a decision will be made on whether to fire Xavi or not. Now, sources at the club are also confirming that no final decision has been made, so everything's going to depend on that report and that meeting. Then no decision has been made yet on whether Xavi will continue or will be sacked. Now, I have to say, I'm glad this meeting is happening. Whether you want Xavi to stay or whether you want him to leave, this is how it should have been handled from the beginning. I mean, from the beginning, once Xavi resigned, they should have said, okay, this is it, this is final. You're gone at the end of the season because that's how you want it. But since Laporta did insist that he wanted Xavi to stay, this is how it should have been done. It should have been a professional meeting at the offices of Barcelona with the entire board there, and a decision to keep or sack Xavi should have been based on a technical report. Not this whole sushi pact where, oh, let's go to Laporta's house, let's order some takeout, let's eat some sushi, let's give each other back rubs, let's have an orgy, and then we'll decide whether Xavi stays or not. That's not how a professional club is ran. A professional club is ran like this. You hold a meeting with the whole board. You make a decision based on facts, on reports, on data, on analysis. That's how you run a professional club. Not let's have a casual dinner with sushi at Laporta's house and then decide what's going to happen. That's not how you run things. That's not how you run a club as big as FC Barcelona. This upcoming meeting is how it should have been handled from day one. So I'm glad that this meeting is going to happen. I'm glad that's how they're going to handle it, because again, that's how a professional club should be ran. And whether you want Xavi to stay or leave, you should be glad that this meeting is happening and that a decision is going to be made based on actual analysis, not on how good the sushi is or how good the orgy is, but based on an actual report. Anyways, that is all the news for this live stream. I wanted to bring it to you live because it is a bombshell news. I know it's not a podcast, but I will read a few comments and then I will end the live stream because, like I said, I'm uploading 2 more videos because there's a lot of news. The summer transfer market is right around the corner, so the talks about signings is starting to rev up. Let's just do 2 or 3 comments and then we will end this. But Muhammad Farah says, man, pressing Barcelona is toxic and paid by Laporta. All this drama and distraction will end after the men championship final. I don't think that the press is toxic. The press report what you give them. That's their job. That's what they get paid for. If the club leaks to them that there's going to be a meeting, they're going to report it. Well, what do you want them to do? Oh, no, I don't want to report it because I don't want to be toxic and I don't want to earn my salary and be able to pay my rent. You know, the press does what it does because that's their job. Sal says, ATP at the moment, I don't know. I feel like Laporta and the board know what they want, but are doing this for publicity. I don't know if they're doing it for publicity or not. The important thing is that they're doing it. They're doing it in a professional manner, and that a decision is going to be made based on that report that is being presented, which is exactly how it should be done. And Nasrallah says maybe Xavi paid for the sushi that day. That's why they decided they will stay. Honestly, at this point, I know it's a joke, but at this point, I don't put anything past this club because it's been an absolute joke. And Oscar clarifying at this point. Sorry, I don't know why I didn't know that one. I guess I'm getting old, so I'm no longer in know what the lingo is. And Zakarban says, I love Xavi. What we got to be objective now. I agree with you 100%, my friend. I love Xavi too. I think he is one of our greatest legends. He is a player who gave us everything. 2 triples and a sextuple. We'll be forever indebted and grateful to Xavi, the player. However, we cannot ignore the fact that Xavi, the coach, is just not up to par. Anyways, that is it for this live stream. I will be uploading 2 more videos with lots more news about signings, the summer transfer market, etc. Stay tuned to the channel. Thank you for tuning in to this short live stream. And as always, peace, class.